When I reflected on the theme of this service, covenant, I also thought where and how covenants have shown up in my life. Those promises I made to love, cherish, and preserve over the years. I couldn't help but reflect on my friend, Ronald Hugh Shear, who passed away recently. Like waves on an ocean, our acquaintance and friendship returned to me again and again over the years, our expressed desire for continued connection representing a covenant between us. To me, friendship can be interpreted as a covenant in the sense that it involves implicit mutual commitments and understandings, even though they're not formally stated. For me, these include trust, support, respect, and loyalty, forming a bond that both parties honor and uphold through their actions and interactions. Ron was a designer of interiors, an interpreter of emotion through the tangible. Metal, wood, fabric, and glass, bent, rolled out, stretched, and repurposed to reflect his and his clients' emotions, aspirations, dreams, and needs. He had the gift possessed by a few of turning emotion into tangible expression. Those gifts are epitomized by the soaring designs found in this sanctuary. Though he didn't design it, of course, I think of him when I encounter the beauty of our chancel, especially the soaring representation of spirit behind me, an amazing mix of metal, texture, and yes, emotion. That's what designers can do, and it's what Ron could do. I remember thinking back to a time before I had this perspective, how Ron's unflagging optimism about everything irritated me to no end. How I exploded at him over something so trivial and only later learned that he'd been battling so much more than a client losing his temper. Patiently and inspirationally, Ron let our spare room speak to him, and then slowly over time, a vision of light, fabric, glass, and metal emerged. His vision reflected not only in his knowledge and friendship with Bill and me, but also his gift at translating feelings, impressions, and possibility into reality. A vision made real I see every day. Fabric, leather, and wood combined to create something restful, useful, and restorative. Rooms that welcome, inspire, and remind me of you every day, Ron. The last time we saw each other came 2 weeks ago at the Jewish home here in the city. We wound our way through quiet corridors to a room on the 3rd floor, each room angled just so to ensure privacy, but also access should the needs arise. Well, hello, and sorry I can't get up, came the cheerful greeting. We laughed and chatted. His husband, Richard, came in, and together we reflected on Ron's journey to that point, the twists and turns, the operations, and now the decisions. When we rose to leave, I knew we would not see each other again. This was not goodbye for now. And still, this was where we should be in this moment, our ending. And how wonderful that we were able to honor you, Ron, in this very space yesterday. You would have liked that. There's a small room in our home filled with 1,000 stars, tiny crystals glued to the dark aubergine walls. Ron put them there, one by one, over many weeks, by hand. Somehow they hold our time together as much as the wood, leather, metal, and fabric he brought into our lives. I celebrate those gifts every day and the covenant we shared.